My name is Vahid Chitsaz, part of the Lead Mastermind group. I am so excited to be here today. Coach Roger, I'm very excited. I met you for the first time last week after a couple of weeks of conversation. I love the mission, what you're doing, and the individuals that are surrounding you. I got to meet your son, and you guys are a fantastic crew. You guys get things done. So, Coach Roger, I'd like for you to share a little bit about your mission. What are you working with the American Rio? And give us a little bit of an insight. How'd you get started? What's your plan? And how much impact did Think and Grow Rich have in your mission so far?
Sure. No, and if you don't mind, I'll start there. Had a tremendous impact on me my entire career. So I was actually introduced to Think and Grow Rich through an author, Jeffrey Gitomer, who I've followed for many years. He actually
amazing guy.
He is, and he turned me on to Earl Nightingale, and Earl Nightingale has something called The Strangest Secret, which I love, and Earl Nightingale received his inspiration from Napoleon Hill. So I kind of went at it from present, to past, where a lot of people start with Napoleon Hill. Mine was the reverse, but yes, had a tremendous impact on everything I do, and that is, really having the notion that, our subconscious mind is as strong or stronger than our conscious mind. And what we tell ourselves is what we become. So obviously the book is full of all of this information, but to me, that's what it really comes down to, is making sure that each and every day, at every moment, we are filling our minds with positive thoughts. When a negative thought comes, get rid of it, and no longer keep those negative thoughts, because as good as we are and as well trained as we may be or feel we are, those negative thoughts still happen. So we never outgrow that, and it's a constant learning process to become our best selves.
What's the mission of American Rio?
American Rio, our mission is the big mission is to raise global consciousness. I want people to be more aware of themselves and their surroundings through the stories of our guests. You had the opportunity to be interviewed. I had the opportunity to interview you this week in Los Angeles, and we're going to share your story. We're going to know more about you and who you are, and people will learn from you. People will learn, some of the mistakes you made and you talked about. People will benefit from that. So the whole mission at American Rio is everyone has a story, and to give people a voice so that not only that they could be heard, but for them to talk about their own mission, their own story, which will inspire, empower, and enlighten the viewers and the listeners.
So you're going on. I mean, you were fantastic. You asked the right questions, you hit the right points, and I know you left a lot of questions out for the next session that we do together. I loved it. But it's so amazing. You're getting exposed to a lot of influencers or individuals that have the potential to influence a lot of different people's livelihood and their lives in many different aspects. So my question is, I think you're learning a lot. So I think your books, and we talked about it, the books that you're going to come out with, I'm excited about those books, because I know it's all of these different influencers that have shared intimately with you all of their secrets, all their little amazing tricks on different techniques that they use the book or other things that they have learned from other coaches. So my question is, what inspired you to do this? Because you come from a different field, and now you're getting into this.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated with people's stories, really. And you make a good point, because each guest that I sit down with is teaching me something new, and it's teaching the viewer. I mean, I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for the viewer, but by default, I'm learning and I'm growing. And I'm, every week I'm filled with new knowledge and information that I could pass on, and, hopefully build myself up as a better person, as a better influencer to help others. So yes, lots to come, from that standpoint of, we have really good guests.
No, I mean, I saw that. I'm looking at your YouTube channel. It's amazing. The content is there, and these are long. These are not 10, 15-minute videos. These are long. Like, these guests are really pouring into for the viewers. I love it. The content is amazing. I've been watching it. I don't know if I can get through all your videos, but I'm gonna get through as many. Intentionally, I am watching as much as I can. So, Coach Roger, can you give us like one or two tips of the individuals that you interviewed in the last 7 days? What were one or two things that you learned this week that you can share with us?
So, wow, I had 7 interviews this week. Okay, so I'll start with the most recent one. Interviewed a guy, Jay Gagne. He is an IT executive for a firm out of Philadelphia. And and this is something that I didn't really think about until today, that when it comes to IT, you know, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that we're not even aware of, but we have to kind of expect the unexpected, because if we don't have redundancy, you know, if we don't have disaster recovery and there is an event, it could interrupt our business. It could bankrupt a company. So it's really important to be, especially as your business grows, to be aware of your infrastructure and to make sure you have the right things in place to protect your assets. So I learned that today. That was great. Also had the opportunity to interview Ed Milet this week in Laguna Beach. He's he's amazing, and it was about a 45-minute interview, and I can't wait to watch it again, because everything he talks about makes sense. And what I really liked about his interview is that he is 100% authentic, and he was at the bottom. You know, he had his water turned off. He had his electricity turned off. He knows what it's like to struggle. But what he did, very, very similar to Napoleon Hill's teachings, is he changed his mindset. The day he changed his mindset, his world opened up. So what I learned this week is, as much as we know or we think we know, don't be afraid to get a little bit vulnerable and open up your mind, because you never know what's out there, you know, in your benefit. And if you're always living in fear, you won't be able to find it. So learned a lot this week from Ed Milet.
Coach Roger, I really, really appreciate you taking this time and being with us. I would definitely extend my invitation for you to at least join us once a week on our live session. Give us kind of the little tips. So now that you know we can have you on our show, you kind of write little things from each one so you could share with our viewers, and then we'll save it and we'll post it back up on YouTube or anywhere else that you like. So you kind of give us a summary. I could go watch the 1 hour, but you give us the juice. So that 1 or 2 minutes, you give us that, I would definitely appreciate it. And if there's anything that we could do to help you through this process, do not hesitate. Me and my team is definitely here to help you out in any shape or form.
I appreciate it, and I'm here for you as well, and as well as your viewers. Anything we could do to help. And thanks so much. I appreciate the platform. I appreciate the opportunity, and keep doing what you're doing, because it's awesome and it's inspiring, and it's just a wonderful thing. So thank you.